Oh my goodness. Hey there, I'm Takarei. Uh, we finally got things straightened out around here. Hopefully no more incursions, but what I'm here to talk about, depending on what name is up above, 1996, there was Transformers Beast Wars, and instead of it being cars and jets, it was animals. T-Rex versus Monkey. And there was a toy line back then. Bunch of great toys. And recently, Hasbro has not only seen fit to not only re-release some of the old 1996 stuff, but they're making new modernized versions of these same figures and same characters. And depending on what name is up above, I'll be talking about that in these videos. Okay, so we got excuse me, we got Beast Wars 1996 Terrorsaur. Basic class Terrorsaur next to 2021 Kingdom Wars Deluxe class Terrorsaur. And yes, they are both pterodactyls. Let's go ahead and stretch out. Yeah, we'll get into that. Stretch out your wingspan to see how they compare next to each other. And he's now not wanting to stand. Let's take a closer look at the 1996 one for right now. And for a pterodactyl from 1996, it's actually pretty straightforward. From the top down, it's a flying reptile. From the bottom, yeah, you can see the obvious robot kibble. But again, it's a 96 figure, and this thing was like $5 back then. It's got nice molded detail for the scales. Nice little bits of paint all over. Uh-oh. No, never mind. That is not an uh-oh. Let me go and start getting in my, comparisons. This is him next to a similar size class from the same day. This is Airazor. And let's, with his big leader Megatron. And him next to one of his compatriots. This is Scorponok. 1996 Scorponok here. And next to a more mammalian character. Let's put him off to the side for right now and talk about the newer version. This one does a lot of things the old one doesn't have. I mean, like the old one, the leg articulation really isn't even there because you're not supposed to really move it. The head moves, that's about it. This thing, oh wow. It's got the articulated wings in the back. It's got these nice big leathery wings going on. Now they are put on with these mushroom pegs, and they do have a tendency to pop off occasionally. Just be wary of that. The head is on a swivel. It goes up and down. It opens and closes. You've got the same articulation back here. And you've got nice articulation back here. You've got a swivel at the leg. And you've got kind of knees there. You got a ball jointed foot. Oh yeah. He's really nice and posed one. That's got the weapon storage right there on his back leg. Let me put him off to the side. And let's bring in the Kingdom Wars Airazor and talk a little bit in detail about this actually. I don't know if you can see it, but there are a lot of similarities between the molds. The engineering on the wings is all the same. Where the arms go is the same. Where the legs go is all the same. The Terrorsaur is a heavy remold of the Airazor, and that's actually part of why his wings pop off very easily compared to Airazor, because the way that they shaped it, and since they're reusing mold tooling, the pegs are a little bit worse for wear. The main difference, though, is that while the air razor, when you transform her, you fold her back, you fold her back open to flip around her bird head with her robot head. With this one, you do the same thing. In fact, we'll get into that later on. But there is no bird head to spin out because the chest is already there. So that comparison is out. Let's continue with the other comparisons. Ugh. There he is next to the Megatron. Here he is next to the current Scorponok. Next to the Mammal. Put that down there. Now I'm going to bring back in the older one for the last comparison. Here is the 6-inch scale Spider-Man and the soda can. So, let's go ahead and get into the transformation for the 1996 Terrorsaur. Now, back then, I don't think his gimmick worked very well back then, because it doesn't work very well right now. See, you're supposed to be able to take the head, pull it up, and there's a spring system inside it that will fold down the butt and flip out the head. It doesn't work very well, so I'm going to kind of help it out here. What we're going to do is we're going to start by unpegging the front legs here, and the legs actually have little pegs on the underside of the Terrorsaur body that peg in between these little notches here. And let's go ahead and gently let it flip around. There we go. And to complete the transformation, we're going to pull the arms away from the wings and fold down the pterodactyl legs. And you can straighten the legs out here. And let me tip them forward to get this out. Your joints are kind of loose and you don't want to just stand up on your own because I can feel you tipping over as I try and stand you. Can you please stop fighting me? Here's his gun here, and it just folds out. It's very basic detailing. It's a very generic looking weapon. So, yeah, both sides has like a little oval kind of shaped thing going on here. Basic looking gun. And now that I've picked him up again, he's not going to want to stand again. Peg that in the hand there. Now, for revealed detail, there really isn't any new revealed detail. You see his head. You got to see his legs in the robot in the animal mode. What is kind of interesting, though, is on his back. Now that you've got the underside of the neck for the pterodactyl exposed, they got it molded with these bone shapes, and that's really kind of cool because it looks like you've ripped the pterodactyl's neck out. Really sick looking. Articulation wise, he's got ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed elbows, ball jointed knees, ball jointed hips, and he's got the ankle pivot. You could call this up here a vertical wrist swivel, but I don't really know what you would use that for. If you came with a sword, that might be useful though. Oh yeah, ball joints make for really, really nice and posable figures. You're going to fall backwards as soon as I let go of you. Why are you doing that? There we go. Lean forward. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in the comparisons. Air Razor's going to be a brat, so I'm going to hold her up. Let's get you guys in the center of the camera there. Then, let's go ahead and bring in this giant guy. And bring in the other one. Let's go ahead and, yeah, get you out of camera. The transformation for the newer one is, of course, a lot more complicated. We're going to get into that. Let's go ahead and take his weapon here and put that off to the side. We'll talk about that when we get into robot mode. Going to come back here to his pterodactyl legs and pull them away. This little slot inside here would peg on to these little tabs right here. You're going to swivel that all down. You're going to turn the feet around so you got the robot mode feet facing forward. Yeah. Hold off on his waist for right now. You're going to pull his hands out of the center and straighten those out. Now, I've actually got Airazor over here pre-transformed. I'm going to show you on her how her transformation goes. You're going to come back here to her back and pull that back, and you're going to use that to flip the bird head around, and then use those double hinges back there to collapse everything down, and there you have her transformed, right? Well, on him, there is no, the chest doesn't move, so you're gonna use those double hinges to pull them up, and then you're gonna want to reach in here and fight his head out. There we go, see? And that's where the neck swivel comes in handy, because now you're going to turn that around, and using those double hinges, bring him down. Oh, there we go. The butt on the pterodactyl flips up so you can spin him around at the waist. Okay, I did not see that before. Where are those double hinges at that I need to see? There we go. Does it close down like that? It does close down like that. Okay. And let's tuck his wings away now. See, yeah, the wings keep popping off. And here we have him in robot mode. Yeah, his wings like to jink and rip and tear about, and they're really frustrating. So, when you go ahead to finish transforming them up, you'll use those double hinges to collapse everything down, and you end up with a really streamlined, really mean-looking aerial flying robot. He's got a really cool gun. This gun's actually pretty screen accurate. As for new detail, there really is no new detail. There's the head. His backpack is very clean, other than the pterodactyl head hanging off the back. There is lots of ways to pose his wings around. I like to kind of curl them up on themselves. You can pack them up tightly against his back. He's got these little tiny arm blade things you can pull off if you want. You can spin them around. He can hold them in his hands. As far as posability goes, he has the same posability as the Airazor figure. He's got the universal jointed shoulders. He's got an above the elbow swivel. He's got a 90-degree elbow. He's got a wrist swivel kind of going on there. Go down. His head is on a ball joint, but it's kind of limited because of the shape of his skull. Mainly, you're just going to get the side-to-side swivel, but you can use the transformation joint to get him to look up. He's got a waist swivel down here. He's got a weird crotch flap going on. He's got a weird butt flap. He's got universal jointed hips down in there. He's got an above-the-knee swivel. He's got a really nice 90-degree plus on the knee. He's got an ankle swivel and a ball-jointed ankle. And he's got 5mm ports back down here on his feet if you want to use the fossilizer or weaponizers to give him extra weapons. Let's go ahead and straighten you up. Come on. And let me get the comparisons in here. I gonna bring in Silverbolt here, so you get a look at how their robot modes are similar. So yeah, he's got the pterodactyl butt already molded onto his chest, and he just has to do the head swap. And bear in mind, this is the same mold as the Air Razor. We got these guys. And then we can bring in the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends figure and the soda can. And let's go ahead and bring back in the Beast Wars one. So they're both really good figures. I'm going to go ahead and hold my fingers on him underneath the camera. They're both really good figures. If you're looking for a toy to fiddle around with, I really can't recommend the old 1996 one because of that spring-loaded gimmick in there. These smaller ones are actually worth a lot of money if they're originals from 1996, because a lot of times the springs got broken in them and whatnot. It is a cool toy. It's a cool display piece. If you're gentle with it, have fun with it. But if you want something that can take a beating, you still want to go with newer stuff, because the newer stuff, yeah, it'll get broken, but it's easier to fix, and it's not going to lose pieces as easily as the older stuff. They're both good figures. They're both going to look good on the shelf. They're both going to look good next to each other. He's more screen accurate, though. So if you've been looking for screen accuracy, you're going to want to get the newer one. So, yeah, he's... What's funny is that they're actually both about the same price at Walmart if you could get them at the same time. He's $25. He's about $25. So, yeah, this has been Takarei with a review of the Beast Wars 1996 Terrorsaur to the 2020 Beast Kingdom Wars Terrorsaur. And thank you for watching.